teeth in me. Yes, they're all so perfect, so white and pearly.
Pokemon only.
Sugar.
Spice. Everything nice.
Yo, this is another good show.
The Powerpuff Girls were born.
The Powerpuff
powers.
Oh no, they had the boy version.
Oh, yeah.
The I love the shout here.
You know who was the evil one, though, right? You know, like her. The evil one, right?
Buttercup's like my favorite. She's like the baddest one, the baddest.
Buttercup's not the baddest one, the Blossom is.
Yo, boy, Kareem may not know about this, but this is clutch.
Hi, I'm Pablo.
Well, the backyard, that's another
My
good
name's
show.
Tyrone.
See, they don't have shows like this nowadays. No. This song is very famous, though, I promise. This song is
I don't know why, it used to stick in my head, bro. It used to be summers I used to watch this.
Yeah. You're not into that theme song. Yeah,
No, but
Mewtwo was made.
save everyone.
Mewtwo was made after the image of Mew. Mew's real, Mewtwo's fake.
Who will risk everything to save it all.
I'm not gonna give up.
We have to watch this. All right, man. June 27th, Thursday, and we just went through nostalgia.
The Pokemon vibes.
You know, a little bit down the road, and you already know what we're finna talk about today. Pokemon, we love it. You see the table, we got a bunch of cards and shit. I'm gonna let Kareem take the floor. You know, he's like the closest thing to a Pokemon master
bro.
that we all know.
So Pokemon, played a big role in my childhood. You know, that was like the majority of my childhood. You know, along with other things. You know, I grew up collecting the cards, playing the games. You know, watching the movies, the show, and you know, it was like an everyday thing. You know, and it still is to this, to this day. So Pokemon. It was first created like a while back, like the idea of Pokemon by a guy named Satoshi Tajiri. He he's the founder of Pokemon. And he said one day that like he was walking around in the a grassy area or something, and then he saw like bugs. So then he just started to like use imagination. He's like, yo, let me just make something called Pokemon. And then
He was collecting the bugs too, though, right?
yeah,
I heard he was
I'm
collecting
sure he was,
the bugs
yeah.
and shit. It's an interesting story, man.
Right. The story all started off very basic. He was just out one day, outside, and then he's like, let me just make monsters out of these real life things that we see every day,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when Pokemon came to be.
Some other fun facts are whoever played a role in I guess the show, the games, and everything. Other than how do you say his name?
Satoshi Tajiri.
Satoshi Tajiri. I don't know if this was his it was his idea directly, but I believe the whole culture they made they didn't want to make it they wanted to make it very, you can say, uplifting, I guess positive, really for the kids. So I don't know if you noticed this, but I read it in the book too, the magazine. It said that when a Pokemon would get defeated, they wouldn't say die. They would say faint.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't use the word dead. And they would not use bloody. They would just say that Pokemon's fainted, paralyzed, fainted, sleepy. Like you hear everything, but some crazy. I guess they really just wanted to keep the spirits up. Yeah,
it's crazy. No, exactly. It would always say fainted, but if you want to get like into detail, there's a certain gym leader that when you face him, it feels like the Pokemon's getting killed because of he's known for the moves.
Who?
When you play Giovanni, because look, you remember the 3 Pokemon knockout moves. It was Horn Drill, Guillotine, and Fissure.
Oh yeah, those are wild.
Exactly, because those are one-hit KOs. It feels like the Pokemon's getting killed,
Guillotine
not just
Fissure,
fainting.
Yeah, Guillotine and Fissure.
And then Horn Drill.
I didn't know.
And I'm using Giovanni because he those are gambling moves. He specializes in those moves. It's just a vicious ass
you
attacks.
say playing him, where did you play against him? Is this Pokemon Stadium?
Pokemon Stadium, yeah,
Okay.
and then Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yo, I don't know, I now remember.
It feels like the Pokemon's getting killed because the Pokemon dies so quickly. And it says KO. The Pokemon would just be all red, it would flash red, and then it would just die. That's it, done.
That must have been a Pokemon Stadium thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I remember that.
Ones.
I remember exactly. It was from Stadium. Okay. But yeah, those attacks were wild. But in general, the Pokemon it faints, not gets killed.
I don't remember playing Giovanni in the games, yo. Speaking of games, so
because he was the last gym leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like you face him like
In all the games?
last.
Or are you talking about only
Nah,
stadium?
but the
I don't
thing-
remember in blue. Actually,
Now the thing is, when you play
Yellow was
blue,
so long ago.
you don't play him once. You play him like a few times.
Oh shit! Okay.
But then you play him like one last time in his actual gym when you finally know who he is. Like you know,
Gary, you play right in the beginning, and he
Oh,
like
yeah.
shits on you.
Gary's
Gary,
also
yo.
one you play a few
Repeatedly,
times
yeah.
before you play him. Like
It's like
when
they
he has
give you a
Pokemon
chance
evolved.
to get like fucking
Yeah.
like right. Pokemon is something that was like a craze. I think to this day it's like Super Mario.
Pokemon was a drug.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, okay. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mickey Mouse. No. I feel like Pokemon has way surpassed Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nah, but come on, Yu-Gi-Oh was still up there.
You saying was? I'm talking about. Is Yu-Gi-Oh relevant right now?
Is it?
Sony.
That explains everything right there.
PlayStation,
You
you
just
heard?
saying that.
PlayStation.
Bro, I'm talking about big names that blew up
Fuck
on
these
cereal
glasses, nigga,
boxes.
These glasses open.
I got them just for this ones, yo. When something's big,
You
from
do
what
see
I know,
Jade.
from what I know, when something blows up, it's on cereal boxes, snacks, book bags,
Oh, Call of
lunchboxes.
Duty's one of them. You
Yu-Gi-Oh
heard?
wasn't like
You
all
heard?
that. I remember
If
it was
that's-
like cards
If,
based.
if you're talking about serial Call of Duty's, they be doing that too.
yeah,
them.
no, but I'm talking cartoons.
Oh, cartoons?
Like some type of cartoons that blew up.
Um,
Like they broke through
oh,
worldwide.
Mario, I would
Oh.
say.
I didn't see Yu-Gi-Oh break through worldwide
Oh,
like
no,
that. In the
it
card
didn't.
game, I did though. In both
Sonic,
kids,
Sonic,
is
Sega,
one.
Sega.
Sonic is one. The card, like he was a game, and I don't know if he was a game or a show first, but you're right, Sonic. Pokemon's been around since it came out to this day. Is still
And
relevant.
Beyblade.
What, like
Imagine.
80s? Beyblade's done, man.
That shit died
Pokemon
out.
came out in
In the 80s or 90s?
No,
For us,
1996, 1997, 1998 was one of the.
1996.
Uh-huh.
The franchise originated as a pair of
Look, Corey will handle
role-playing
you.
games developed by Game Freak from an original
1996,
concept
huh?
by founders Satoshi Tajiri. April 1st, 1997 on TV Tokyo.
But Indigo League. You
That's the first,
fucked down?
That's the first generation.
That's
yeah.
the first generation. So yeah, we're talking about Pokemon, and Pokemon has been with. If you remember Pokemon in your childhood, then you know it had a huge
See, look, from
impact,
Tokyo.
whether you
Uh-huh.
mess with it or not. So it was Tokyo, right? That's Japan.
Like, well, they said it first aired.
Japan,
It was
yeah.
first broadcast in April.
Yep. I was happy that in 2016, I think that's when it came out. Pokemon Go. Like,
Oh, yeah,
in
that shit was fun.
2016,
I
it had
oh,
people
yeah.
out.
That's
on the
true.
streets
Remember,
and shit.
yeah, that was 2016.
That was 2016.
I remember me seeing it would just
Donald
go around.
Trump was president. Pokemon Go. People say like that year was like the closest the world was at peace.
I'm not gonna lie, even music was doper then. And
Closest.
they even say, a lot of people
Peace,
say
power,
they like the 2016 era of music than the
Hell yeah,
nowadays
me too.
one.
Me too. I said that year people were
Yeah.
like they thought like, what are you talking about? These XL first.
You never got to Pokemon Go because you don't want to just cast them. You know why it was dope? A lot of people would just get together at the park.
Mm-hmm.
I remember me and Sinead were just doing it one time, walking around watching park.
Mm-hmm.
I saw mad people like on one area like, what is it? Is a Super Bowl real? The purple one? That one's real, right? Super Bowl, the Pokeball, but it's like purple.
Oh, that's the Master
they have different
Ball.
The
types of
Master
balls,
Ball,
yeah,
those are
yeah.
real. Or I never seen those in
Yeah,
games.
the balls. Yeah.
It depends on what Pokemon it catch, right? If
yeah,
it's like a rare
exactly.
one.
Every ball has a different rank.
And then I'm not gonna say his name, but I remember you hacked. He had a hacked Pokemon Go. He didn't have to be. He could be in Hawaii, but he's in Jersey.
So Pokemon Go, July 6, 2016.
Oh, it came out
yo.
2016.
That's like, what is that? 1997, 2016. It's a decade
I know
plus.
that game has made a lot of money. Yo.
Hell yeah, it's a decade plus, and it came out way after the show was already out. It ended already probably, and I think there's still. I mean, like the original show that we
Yeah.
call Indigo, Johto, and all that. But it was just happy. I was happy to hear that Pokemon is really like blowing up amongst all the ages.
it wasn't just capturing Pokemon. You could duel people. What is it called? Duel? You
Yup,
could fight with people
match
too.
Yeah,
up and
battle.
shit, yo.
But
I was reading
it
about
was fun at one point.
I was reading about what happened to it.
It died out.
Someone was explaining. They said because the game was limited to what you could do. They said it wasn't like the games we used to play.
Oh,
on the
it
Game
is
Boy
limited.
Advance.
Yeah, you gotta have a certain ball to capture Pokemon.
That's what
Like,
it was like. Yo, you would like have to really go out somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like
Like a
it'll be
park.
like in your nearest park.
It'll say like
It'll be like
Pokemon's
there's a
here.
Snorlax at this location, and everybody will run there to go get it.
Uh-huh.
Like now that I think about it, man.
And this was
It seems
before
pretty
COVID
cool.
too.
Yeah,
That's the
gonna lie.
closest thing
This
to
was
real
before
Pokemon.
COVID. You heard?
Yeah.
So everyone
Like
was
the
still
show.
outside.
Yep, it was before COVID. So they said COVID played a role in his decline. But other than that, people said it was limited. They said it wasn't like the games. In the games, you could level your Pokemon
Oh
up.
yeah, you gotta
This
level
one
up.
you said you couldn't really level up your starter Pokemon and shit. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
even like so look.
Damn, so it didn't feel like a journey.
Nah, it was
I think
wild.
maybe that's what it
Yeah,
was. It
'cause
was
you know, in the
felt
old
like a
games,
journey.
it felt like a
That's what we loved-
journey,
that's what we
man.
loved about
I
it.
loved.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my
To this
god,
day,
man!
to me, the
It felt
Just
so
the
Pokemon-
real.
graphics, yo.
to me,
They gotta fix those graphics.
Yo, to this
man.
day, the Pokemon games, they have this like they live in like they're a part of my life. And they're, like you said, a journey. I feel like in the experiences I've had in my life, that was an experience like that world, like, you know, people talk about virtual reality. To me, that's like the closest thing I can talk about, like, being outside of in the real world. Like that was a world of its own, bro. Like,
Yeah.
before I went out and traveled and shit, like, cause our family didn't have a car. So bro, in the game I was traveling. I remember going to like islands. I remember going to the ship. I used to love that. They had one thing where there was a ship. Going the ship. And it's the first time I saw how a ship life was.
I think it's called the SS Anne.
Yup.
Or something.
And then it had his theme song, like the song in the back. It was so. It was so perfect, man. And it would inspire me to go to places in real life. I'm like, yo, I want to check out how a ship is in real life. I want to go to like a water island.
Yeah.
Like, and then the caves, yo. It was cool for like games. It's cool for someone who's just at the crib chilling, and other than just being a kid. But yeah, it took me away. It took me away from like the real world in a good way. And it was like its very own world, man. Like, you felt like you lived in it, right, yo?
Hell yeah.
Well, you ever felt like you lived in a game?
Yeah.
Like it had such a close, like...
I thought that was Grand
You know
Theft
what I
Auto too.
Like Grand Theft Auto, that game is fun.
Nah,
man.
yo.
That does feel like you're in the game.
Right? Like, you come back to it, and when you resume from where you left off, it's like you're resuming like a second life other than your real life.
Halo as well is another one. I feel like I live in the game.
Yeah, Halo.
Okay. What was it?
You could actually live in the game now with VR. You could actually be in
now
the
you
game
can
now.
do that now, right, yo? But I'm still with the whole. I'd rather have outside of the screen. I'd rather be outside of the screen, man. I'm not with all this fucking VR.
But not a lot of people can handle
Yo,
it.
India,
Some
we
games are
went,
scary, bro.
And I'm surprised you didn't do it more. In India,
That
we
one's
went. They had a
fake.
little VR setup place.
None of us did it.
And
it was
I was
packed.
too scared to try it, bro.
None of us did because it was packed. I mean, none of us
kinda
went in
packed.
it.
But like, I didn't want to do it, man. I don't want to like be in this fucking like. I don't know why. Something just tells me don't fuck with
You're
this
just
shit.
scared. That's why.
It could be a fear of trying something
It's
that's
not
unknown
even
to me.
You only in it when you have it on. Once you take it off your back, yeah.
I guess, man.
It's just
I just never like people wear these big shits and they're just like this, and you don't know what they're doing. I heard like, oh yeah, this guy's like in his world that he like fucking made in there or some shit.
nah. You think
I
that's
don't know,
scared? It's
bro.
actually a game I heard people played. It's like a VR game. It's like when you're in there with zombies now. I heard people got out scared as
Oh,
fuck,
shit,
yo.
man. No, there was one thing I tried. Was it with Did I even try it when we went to Vermont and we went with Kabir and them and he was playing this game. Actually, I did get to try.
Oh, the
it.
motorcycle one.
No, it was like a dinosaur flying or something, and you're wearing it,
not
and
that
they're like
scary.
coming at you. That was a little exciting though. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that
lie,
thing was
bro.
dope,
That
yo. They
pretty
made games.
exciting.
Yeah, that was like dinosaur battle.
And we even we had like the racing shit. Like it would vibrate on turns and shit. Like I can see. Oh, the other day I saw a video. They're trying to take the game to another experience. Like you could buy this kind of box that lets out a smell. That like if you're playing like God of War, or let's say if you're playing like Halo, the scent will smell like you're on that field. So like some games have like these peculiar
fuck?
places that you be like, it smells like the woods, and that in the game, the box something, it lets out a scent that
Wow.
it feels like you're in the place. I was like, yo, that's interesting.
It'll
yo.
correspond with the environment.
I was like, that's pretty interesting.
Wow.
Bro.
Huh.
Games, man. I've said it before. Maury was even
Games.
saying this. What were you? Remember we were talking about how people these days like don't play games, or you're leveling up in the game, but in real life, are you really leveling up? To me, man, when we
Like,
said it before,
Andrew Tate
have
says
fun
that.
with your games, bro. No, a lot of people be saying it.
He
these
says
days.
it because they think it's a waste of time.
I feel like everyone who said that they played games when they were young, bro. Like stop with all this.
You could play games.
You know what I mean?
it's
Play
fun.
games, have fun and shit. Don't let
Yeah.
motherfuckers have a childhood. You know what I mean? You got forever to go make money and become successful, whatever the fuck you call it. But let's get back to Pokemon. So when Pokemon Go came out, man, like did it get to your attention?
You probably never.
You
played
heard
Yeah,
about
I've
it,
heard
right?
of it. I heard about
Right?
it. Yeah, I would always hear about it. Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, the reason I wasn't so inclined to try it out, to me it just seemed like, for one, I feel like everyone was just getting on the hype. You know what I am with the hype thing. It's like, bro, I'm
Yeah.
not finna just download it because.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I'm a big Pokemon fan.
I'm not.
He's
I'm
one
not-
of the biggest Pokemon
I'm not one of
fans,
those people, yo.
and he did not even get on it.
Yeah.
It was alright.
It's crazy.
It was like a
all
hype
that.
thing. I was like, yo, I just kept hearing it back and forth. I'm like, yo, just is this?
When I gave it a
Like,
shot,
damn, yo.
I couldn't
You guys are
like.
gonna play this
I
out.
would watch Sine play it and other people, and when I was just there like,
Oh, exactly. You
They
can
were
tell.
just like this,
Watch
like-
out. Exactly.
I'm
Watch.
just like, I don't know. This
Yeah.
doesn't look like I would want to be a part of this.
Exactly. One way you could tell, one way, instead of actually playing it, see how other people's reaction when they play
Yeah.
it.
No,
Watch their reaction.
No, they look. Some people look like they were having fun.
Uh-huh.
But to me, it didn't look fun. Like they're like
Oh.
this. Like, bro, what about the adventure? Like, but I guess the adventure is for the people themselves. They're walking to places and they're going
Yeah.
out. So I'm not gonna say the fact that I never really no, actually I did download it. I remember in my house one time trying to catch a Pokemon, but to me it was nothing compared to the games, bro. You know what I mean? Like the Game Boy Advance games and Stadium and shit. So out of all the Pokemon games, what are your top 3 in any type of system and shit? I'm gonna talk straight to Kareem unless you have any.
I never even played no Pokemon games.
So
Pokemon Emerald, bro.
Oh, that was a good one, yo. Pokemon Stadium.
Well, the thing is, they're really all the same when it comes to blue, red, and like except yellow. Yellow is the one with like a Pikachu edition.
That's the one I had. Pikachu
it's like when Pikachu follow you around.
Yeah,
that was the difference between all of them. Other than that, like they were like.
No, I'm talking.
Oh no, but blue, red is just
because you never played.
Pokemon had different like appearances.
Yeah. Wait,
like,
you never played Gold, Silver, Crystal? Yo, you are wildin', bro.
I know. It's crazy, and I never finished Johto either, like the show.
Yo,
I know.
Were you so consumed by Indigo?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Were you just so consumed by Indigo, like you couldn't move on from it, or life just happened and shit?
Yeah, it's like I got into like other stuff, like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. Like,
damn, yo, you actually let off of it. And
I know it's crazy.
I'm over here, bro. I went to the hoe and shit.
I know. It's
watching
crazy.
Up to all of that
it's
shit,
crazy.
bro.
Another thing. Also, I played more Pokemon games on 64 than
watching the show actually. Keeping up with the show.
No,
the games,
yeah,
Game Boy,
then Game Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Exactly. I was really big on the stadiums. Okay. That's why.
Yo, I like the stadiums, and I remember one cool thing, and I said before.
Were amazing, man.
The stadiums, like you were able to fight Pokemon that you would not be able to really, like you would have to work to get to.
Exactly.
In the games and shit. That was one cool thing about it.
Stadiums, all Pokemon are already like the high level, you know, according to each cup.
But
not, and then the best thing was when you're able to transfer. From the Game Boy onto the big screen.
Oh, yeah,
yo, forget
cool.
it. Because I would transfer Mewtwo that I caught in the small game.
Okay.
Yo, man, and I have Mewtwo on the big screen. Yo, I was.
Was that the only way to get it?
I was at. That was the funniest.
Fan right
that
here,
was
bro.
the funnest ever I've had. That was the funnest time.
A Pokemon fan right
yo,
here,
that was
bro.
the funnest Pokemon experience ever. So when I bought Mewtwo onto the big screen,
I bet, yo.
after I caught him in
bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I definitely like. I liked Stadium a lot, and I think I'm talking about from now because I'm sure I used to love it back then. But now I'm gonna go with like the handheld games, man. Like it had more adventure. Like Pokemon Stadium was battle. It was cool though, but I like you said, the adventure, bro. The games had the adventure, and I gave Pokemon.
Well, the thing is, Stadium. Look. Okay, no, you're right. The thing
was
is
just straight battle.
The thing is, the main concept of the Game Boy, it was to go through all the gym leaders, Elite Four, and you know.
But it was a lot more than that. You know what I mean? Like
I know it was a lot more than that.
Towns,
the thing is, Stadium had that, but like
it was more direct though, right?
It was more direct. Or you just go the gym leader, and that's it. There's no like from town to town. It's just But not top 3 Pokemon games. Yo, look, Pokemon Stadium 2, and then Pokemon
Emerald,
Blue.
Damn. Okay, so you're just a Stadium. But yo, will you ever go ahead and try Gold eventually? Or
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot of time.
I have Silver. Yeah, I gotta play it, man.
Where?
To this day, damn.
You think it'll still be the same, or it won't be like?
Nah,
the
I'm
same
sure it'll be the same. I know it'll be the same, man.
Where? Just don't disappear on us, like freaking just like get locked in the crib all day playing that shit. Mine gotta be Yo, I gotta put Ruby up there and Sapphire. They're the same, like you said, blue, yellow, red. They were the same. So Ruby and Sapphire were the same. I even liked Emerald. I like the whole Hoenn League, bro. And of course, I was a fan of my first one was Crystal. Oh, Crystal gotta be on my list. Crystal, Sapphire, and possibly yellow version, I would think.
Pokemon Violet though. You never played that.
Emerald. I would have to throw Emerald in the mix too, man. Yellow, I played it so late that the graphics were just not doing it for me, bro. Like Crystal, that's where I started.
The beginnings,
from,
the graphics are ass.
They were not the best, yo. They were too simple, but they got the job done.
I played that game, but them graphics are garbage.
Yeah, it's not gonna like. You have to have some sentimental value.
It, exactly.
That's why you gotta like it.
That's what they worked with during the time.
That was it.
That was all they had.
No, but the games that we're talking about, yellow version, like we're saying now they're bad, but back then that was the best. It's like WWE.
Oh, I get what you mean, yeah.
That's what we're saying. Like, people like I'll be seeing funny memes like when the old wrestling games. Like they're saying we used to be like, yo, this is the best graphics. You see like dude looking like a box, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's because you don't know what's. It's like when someone's so used to eating, let's say like eating regular food like frozen food, and then but it's someone that then they go try like some rich like in a rich family or they go somewhere expensive. they never knew how the fuck that tastes like.
Yeah,
Now they're like, holy
that's
shit,
true,
what the
yeah.
fuck was I eating?
Yeah.
What the fuck, like, I've been missing out. So we gotta check out the Lucario movie, bro. If we got time today, we'll fucking watch it today. You guys down? And so he said what he had to say about Pokemon. Me, man, like, it was like Dragon Ball Z to me. You know what I mean? And this is all about Pokemon, but we always do this little Dragon Ball Z versus Pokemon. Just our favorites. I'm Dragon Ball Z all the way. You know what I mean? You know, we out here with we collecting them. I got one Dragon Ball this year. So Kareem, you've collected all 151 Indigo Pokemon?
Yeah.
Cards wise, right?
Yeah.
One day we'll show you his
I have
binder.
doubles of some.
We'll show you his binder, man. I got my binder here too in the cut. Did you ever dabble in the Johto leagues? In the cards?
Yeah.
Did you ever want to collect them? Like even finish that or not? Yeah, you want to finish Johto too?
I finished Johto.
The cards. You have all Johto cards?
Mm-hmm. The thing is, I stopped.
Typhlosion for alligator?
Yeah. The
I
thing
didn't
is,
know you had them.
the thing
you
is
have two binders in one.
no, it's one big binder. It's a lot, man. Right, but then there's the other stuff. It's not just Indigo and Johto. It's Gym Challenge, Gym Hero.
Of course, yeah.
And then like I got deeper into it because like there's more into it. But then I stopped because like the Pokemon prices,
Yeah.
the hype around it, and like the prices went up and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not done with the collection till this
Well,
day.
this was another good show.
But
Pink
yeah,
Panther.
I'm getting around
That
it.
was cool. So my thing with Pokemon, man, it was like what I loved about it was the evolutions and once again a journey. You know what I mean? Pokemon, like from the first episode, Ash is just having a real bad day. Was that right off the rip, right? I remember he was just having his bike broke. That's how he met Misty or not? Or was that a different episode I'm remembering? I just remember it was like humble beginnings.
Yeah, I think Misty was like riding around in her bike, and then Ash burned it or something, Ash's Pikachu shocked it or something. Something happened. And
but
then,
Ash was having like a hard time in the beginning,
he
right?
owed Misty like a new bike or whatever.
Yup.
Yeah.
Ash was like, I just realized Pokemon's journey was like Dragon Ball. Goku, he was like you could say a single child. He was raised by his grandfather that wasn't even his real grandfather, just found him. And then he bumps into a Bulma who gets mad at him because like he's not modern, like he's just so out of date with reality and shit. And it's like I just noticed it's kind of similar to freaking Pokemon, like at the beginnings and shit. So what I love about Pokemon was the evolutions, yo. I used to love it would make you anticipate. The suspense was crazy,
man.
And then back then I don't know if you were surprised. There was times like when they would evolve, you wouldn't even know what they're gonna turn into, right? Because like nowadays we know what they're all gonna turn into.
Yeah, but before
I'm saying,
exactly,
like not knowing because we weren't on the
yeah.
internet like that. So
Yeah.
Dude,
remember
I
that
used to
time?
see people packets like this.
Oh,
You ever got them like
are
that?
new ones,
Big
yeah.
Oh, those are new. I thought those were old.
yo, when
I
I
know.
see that, like
You don't really like those, right?
Nah,
You
they're
never
too
collect
new,
like
man.
I would sell those.
You never collect like the action figures of
Yeah,
Pokemon
yeah.
or no? You never into the action figures?
Nah.
Well, that's newer.
I do want to get
Wait,
those.
so they never did it back then, like with a whole. They never did it back in the plastic shit. You get like 5 in 1.
Oh no, yeah.
They always did that.
But it's called the old,
Different
vintage packs.
right? Yeah.
Oh, they didn't have plastic on them.
No, they did. These are just the new packs what you
word.
just saw. Yeah.
Oh.
No, they're dope, man. Just
the
hang
guy
on.
that-
Show more the original packs, man.
I think
Pretty sure you've seen it.
I've seen
Just put in. You can put in like Pokemon Fossil
have
or
the
Pokemon
pictures.
Jungle,
Original.
Pokemon Gym Challenge, Gym Hero. Just show him.
Nah, the original ones are like
Yeah.
they're like in
Yeah,
glass.
look, Moy.
Look.
Oh
It's
yeah.
going for $380
What the
a
fuck?
pack. It's a sentimental thing, man.
These-
Like,
look,
they don't
these are
make
the
them
original
anymore. That's
Moy.
why.
Yeah, to find that would be rare.
Yeah, man.
You won't just
Yeah,
find
look.
that
You're
anywhere
not
online.
you're not gonna find
But you
that
know
in
what's
stores
crazy, man?
today.
Yeah, get out of my face
I
with
came-
this shit
I came
now.
across-
What is this?
What?
$600?
There's a bunch of them filled
Yo,
with these
shut the
packs.
fuck up. You're not gonna see. You
What?
think these are numbers are wild? Yo,
Yeah.
what?
The boxes, right?
fuck?
Yeah.
17,000.
Oh, I forgot
The-
about the booster boxes.
The box, not packs.
Booster, the
Yeah,
decks. They were
exactly.
straight decks.
No,
No,
not decks
no,
either.
nah. This has
the
to be
boxes.
fake.
Yo, that's one thing
Oh,
I never.
yeah.
Yo,
I
that's,
never got the
I know.
box.
I
It
never
was
got the
expensive,
box.
man,
I know
even back
exactly.
then.
It was
Now
so
it's even
expensive.
more
Bro, this is like a.
That's the thing.
You couldn't
I know,
afford it
I
back
regretted
then?
it.
Nigga, you
You're not
wouldn't
gonna
afford
afford
it
it now.
This
I
can't
know.
be real,
That's
bro.
what sucks.
200. That's $250,000 almost.
Yo, like, damn, I wasn't able to get it back then.
What's so special with the box? 250.
Because the
You know
box
what, I'm
contains
telling you,
so
it's
many
a
packs.
connection.
Base edition is the rarest.
Yeah,
supposedly.
yeah.
What is that like? The first one?
Base set's like the first one, isn't it? Base set.
Yeah. So from an early age, like we learn like, oh shit, we gotta work for what we want, man. And you see Ash, he works with what he has too. That's another thing I fucked with. Like when he had to get somewhere, he didn't. You didn't see him driving no car. He had a bike.
Yeah.
He made it happen with a bike.
And
Dude
they
was
got a lot of walking too.
yo, a lot of fucking
Yeah.
walking, bro.
Ash walked.
Yo, I realized if
whole
Ash
freaking
was
show.
around if Ash was a real person around like my bad, I mean, he's real. If he was during this time in our life, I bet you Ash will be doing DoorDash, and like off the bike, Grubhub, Uber Eats off the bike. I could see him, bro, wearing that shit because he's so used to the road hustle, bro, being on a bike and shit. Yo, was your favorite character Ash out of the whole team?
Or Giovanni.
Wait, oh, just out of the team of Misty and Brock?
Actually, out of the whole show.
Lance is my favorite.
Lance is the gym leader.
Lance is the Elite Four.
Oh shit.
The champion,
So
the
Elite
dragon,
Four
the
were not
dragon
in the
one.
show though, right? Only the games. I don't know. I don't remember the
Nah,
Elite Four. Yo.
Elite Four. They would make appearances in the show,
Okay,
but I don't
okay.
think like Ash played them like one after the other.
I remember they did talk about the
I remember-
tournaments being held.
Yeah, exactly.
And the gym leaders wanted to like get there. Actually, it might be. Oh,
Yeah.
the badges. How can we forget? Mo, you know about the Pokemon badges, right?
Oh, no,
Oh, yeah,
those
you
are
get
the gym
'em, yeah.
leaders. Oh,
That was something
Oh,
that would make
oh,
me
those are
like,
dope,
oh my
yeah.
God. And then Ash would have it. Is it Ash used to have it right here?
Oh,
Right?
Yeah,
earned them,
yeah.
yeah. He
So like,
earns them.
Pokemon had this thing with the gyms, right? And they'll go to a gym, fight the gym leader. The gym leader, let's say like Misty, she was like the water Pokemon gym leader, so she had a water theme.
Yeah.
You beat her, you get the what was it, water? Was it a
No,
cerulean badge
Cerulean badge, yeah.
or water badge? It wasn't just that obvious, right? Water badge, fire
I'm
badge.
not sure,
It was
yeah.
more like a name, right? I remember the fire guy with Magmar.
Oh yeah,
Magmar.
Blaine.
Blaine, he had a dope little badge,
Oh
man.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Him
Oh, that's the
on
other
Chan.
one.
That's
the
after
first-
Jackie Jan right there.
Yeah,
So
Jackie
that's
Chan.
another cool thing about Pokemon. You wanna
fuck
talk
up, for
about
real?
that?
Yes. So if you notice, like the majority of Pokemon names, the majority of them, I don't know if every Pokemon name is like
I get you.
has a significance to it, but like I've noticed it throughout the years, like
When we were young, we didn't really pay
exactly.
too much mind to it.
When you're
No,
young,
no.
you don't really come across these things, but when you get older, you start to notice certain things that you didn't when you were younger. You know, you start to pick up on certain things. They were based on real life people or just things. Like for example, like Hitmonchan was based on Jackie Chan. Hitmonlee was based on Bruce Lee, and then the birds Moltres, Zapdos, or Articuno, they stand for birds number 1, 2, and 3, but in Spanish. Cause look, Articuno, uno is bird number 1.
Okay.
Zapdos, dos means 2 in Spanish.
What the fuck? I didn't know this.
And Moltres,
That's cool, yo.
It'd be
word.
so obvious, yo.
tres means 3.
Uh-huh.
He's Moltres is bird number
Damn,
3.
I did not know
Moltres.
that.
It's crazy.
That is interesting.
Crazy, right?
And then it has also connections to fossils like dinosaurs, Aerodactyl.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Aerodactyl is
yeah.
based on the pterodactyl, like the
Yeah.
flying dinosaur.
See, it's like this world, man. It's like
some of the names are obvious. Like
Yeah.
you can pick up. Like it's obvious. Like
Yeah.
come on, you should know. Like it's
just
common
so,
sense.
It's so simplistic genius to me, yo. It's like
Mhm.
if there was a Pokemon world, yo, even though I'm against so many things, I'm like, yo, I don't want to this VR, this, that, but Pokemon World, yo, I will partake in it. I know you without a doubt, Kareem. I know you
Pokemon
do.
World,
I will
bro.
partake in it. Where is it? I think is there a place in Japan where they're doing like a Pokemon type of theme? Pokemon World? Is there a Pokemon
Yeah, I think
World?
they've been
That's
made
what I'm saying.
that.
They probably been
Japan's
already.
where it's
Pokemon
made. I
World.
think they have a lot of Pokemon
Let's
up
see.
there. Make it real.
Let me see this right now. I didn't even know this. It's called Bulbapedia. Am I learning something here now? So it says the map of Japan showing the 4 main series Japanese Pokemon regions and their sub. What? Look at this, Kareem. So they got here, I guess that's Hoenn, is it? Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and
Wait a
this
minute.
next one.
So
they based
on the
off of
world map,
yeah.
so they based
That's not the world map.
the places in the games off of like some real life
Some type of
areas.
resemblance. I'm gonna see right
Oh
here.
shit!
Okay, so designs of 9 of the major Pokemon regions: Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh,
Yeah.
Unova,
Oh, this is
Kalos.
fan-made,
Yo,
yo.
I don't know anything after
heard?
Hoenn, bro.
Yo,
Yeah, there's a
this
lot.
is
yo.
some of it's accurate, but look, that means some fans made this.
Okay, I see. There's
it's
no
not-
solid evidence
it's not
for
all
or
accurate.
against some of these parts of
So
the
some of it could
Uh-huh.
be real, but some of it's kind
Okay.
of
It's good
fake.
Okay.
you pointed that out.
Because this Wikipedia's opinions.
No, this is Bulbapedia.
But that's the same thing,
It's called
kinda.
Bulbapedia.
Oh, I
Wikipedia.
remember Bulbapedia.
You know this?
Yeah.
What
That
the
is-
fuck?
Now Bulbapedia.
Is this real?
I use
Yeah.
Bulbapedia to like collect. Bulbapedia.
It says those Pokemon regions are strikingly similar in geography and demographics to regions in the real world, and they are sometimes even officially stated to be based on certain locations. The first 4 regions are based on smaller regions in Japan. Unova and Alola are based on parts of the United States. Kalos is based on France. Okay, so it's not obviously the exact same name,
Oh
but
shit!
Kalos is based on France. Galar is based on the United Kingdom.
Huh?
Padia is based on the Iberian Peninsula, consisting in the countries of Spain, Portugal, and Andorra. to. But you see, other than just like all these things we mentioned, Pokemon, it's like they didn't just say let's make some a cartoon just to get the kids' attention. No, they put effort into this.
Yeah.
Bro. So dope, man. It's like volcanoes. Like I remember when you would find groundhog and shit. Like I never seen a volcano in real life. Then my Pidgey's making a lot of noise right now. Pidgey! I should have put Pidgey back in the ball, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pidgey.
What you know about it? Random. Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, or what's the guy?
Chop.
No, there's another one though in Johto, him on top.
Oh yeah, I know him. He evolves to any of these.
Nah, none of these are
No,
real, though.
no. He's like, no.
Oh no, Tyrogue
Yeah,
does.
Tyrogue evolves into either or one of
you're
all of
right.
them.
You gotta tell you guys something.
Jinx has controversy.
Yeah.
Because Jinx was based on blackface.
Where did you hear this? Where did you hear this?
I found out about that like on a YouTube video
That's
when
dope.
I was like just
I was going through
Nah,
it.
Learning all about Pokemon.
but you don't know about Diglett.
Before I even go into it, so Jinx, for you guys too, because we'll put it on the
Yeah,
screen if
Jinx,
you want.
yo.
I always say that, but I never put it on the screen.
Yeah,
So
yo.
take a look at Jinx real quick. Mohit said, he said it could be Nicki Minaj.
No, I'm playing.
No,
that's funny as
No, that's
hell.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the way
Without
she
you
looks.
even reading about it or knowing about
Yeah.
it, it shows like, look, you can tell that was some racist shit. Jinx, the most controversial Pokemon. You guys ready? I'm gonna put the light on me down here so I could read this. When children's book author Carol Boston Weatherford brought her own kids to watch Pokemon the first movie, she was stunned to see the character Jinx for the first time. Karen, by the way. Now let me stop. But you would call someone like that, like, oh my god. But it's good she did this because this was needed. The human-shaped Pokemon with a bleached blonde mane, big saucer eyes, thick red lips, and a black face, and hands struck Weatherford as an overweight drag queen incarnation of Little Black Sambo. She would write, a racist stereotype from a children's book long ago purged from libraries. Also, that book itself was taken away from libraries, and they based this Pokemon, supposedly she said, because of that book. And other than Pokemon, I don't know if you knew, back in the day, even in a lot of Asian movies did this, and I think Indian movies too, since because of slavery and shit, they used to have people like that weren't black. They would put black paint on them, and they would play as black actors. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember that, by the way?
I think, yeah.
Back in the day in the movies, they would imitate like they would put I think they would put big lips on people.
Yeah.
And black paint.
Oh yeah, I heard
faces.
about that.
So that was called blackface.
No, that was just called being racist. Like they didn't want black people in the movies, I think.
Okay.
So they would have white people or Asian people.
Wow.
Like they so didn't want black people in
Damn.
movies. Because they were slaves
That
at the
they would
time.
make them like they would use other people, other
Like,
races,
paint
and just paint
and
them black.
Now that my black friends have told me, sometimes I'm like, can I even say it like that? Is that racist to say? My
Friends?
African
They'll
American
pull
friends.
you
Yeah,
over it,
yeah.
even if you have weed, though.
I apologize, man, but like my friends have told me themselves, like, yo, you don't know how it is. Like we grow up hearing it, we're like, damn, it must really suck, but we don't really experience it. But when it comes to racism and that, I mean, even us to a certain degree back in the day, like I remember, like my dad told me there was this group, a gang or something called the Dot Busters, and I don't know if they were in New York and New Jersey, but he said they would go around killing and doing violent crimes to people that they saw with like the dots, the Indian people that wore the dots. And I remember there was a time, and I'm sure more you've experienced that, and I want to know if you have, that we felt like we were ashamed, and not even ashamed, we were embarrassed to say we were Indian. And I heard more you said this too before.
I never
'cause
wore it.
I would lie and say I was a different races at certain times in my life. I remember. Maybe this is a thing we do as a kid, but there was a time I was embarrassed to say I'm Indian. I remember, like, oh, brown Indian people stink. Well, I've heard that growing up so much. And Goldie, one of our best friends, he doesn't wear the turban anymore. But he even told me, like, he used to get picked on, and I've seen him get picked on for it. I remember one time, like, it was a school ended in grammar school, right here, 27 school, right?
Yeah, a lot of people get picked on.
Goldie was like 3 years
It's a
younger
race
than us.
stereotype.
They did. And I remember a guy just like following him and smacking his turban again and again. Bro, it was so fucked up. And I was like, yo, chill out. This lady went to the movie theater with her kids, right? And she said
that's what they banned.
Yep, and this was the original.
Yep.
That would never strike us as anything
right?
crazy. We're just little kids.
I didn't think
I mean?
that would be something big.
It could because we don't know about how the world was.
Exactly,
We're little and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But an adult knows and knowing like what goes on in the world, saw that and was like, whoa,
Yeah.
no way they made this as a Pokemon. And she said it was like a stereotype of it was like a connection to the correlation to Little Black Sambo. And she's, it says like a racist stereotype. She said of all the hundreds of Pokemon, none has generated more controversy than Pokemon number 124, and that's Jinx. a first-generation character who resembled to Westernized something off the minstrel stage. The idea got support from the official descriptions that sound uncomfortably close to many black female stereotypes. It seductively wiggles its hips as it walks, says the Pokedex description. It can cause people to dance in unison with it. Jinx also speaks in a strange, incomprehensible language. And I could maybe that's like what they mean, like equating to the stereotype that only other Jinx can understand. Though it sounds vaguely human, its signature move is a big kiss.
Lovely kiss.
Yup.
Yeah.
As one of the original 151 characters, Jinx appears in the Red and Blue games and several sequels, as well as in the pages of the manga. You were saying manga, right? Later?
The manga.
Manga. I guess I don't know who's saying it right. But so on the popular anime TV series and in the blockbuster movie that Weatherford, who is also a cultural critique, watched in horror. So it was in Pokemon the first movie that she saw this. Excuse me. So. And even Jinx's name, a variation on the term Jinx, which means a bearer of bad luck, has negative connotations.
Yeah.
So not only does she look like a black stereotype, they named
Jinx.
her. The name wouldn't matter so much if the appearance didn't look like that.
I didn't think about it like that now. Now it makes more sense. Damn, yo, that's crazy.
Like if Jinx and you see a regular, like that Bulbasaur looking Pokemon named Jinx, it wouldn't catch no controversy.
Exactly.
But the fact that they made it look so controversial,
it all connects.
and then they put the name.
It makes sense.
I'm pretty sure.
You see what the message.
Yeah.
You see what kind of message they were trying to say.
Weatherford wrote in a highly influential 2000 essay. Not word, it was in the year 2000. In addition, the name Jinx suggests a link with witch doctors and voodoo, practices rooted in African religion but often ridiculed by the Western culture. The controversy picked up steam with Mary C. Morton of the Washington Post describing Jinx as having explicitly albeit grossly caricatured womanly features. Excuse me if I've said that wrong. And the gaming site IGN likened Jinx to a transvestite midget in raciously offensive makeup.
Trans was done?
The character regularly made lists of the most annoying and offensive Pokemon. It kept coming up every, I guess, year after year, or month after month. The designers denied any racial motivations. I believe that's cap.
Obviously, they won't accept it.
Okay, so you guys think that was cap?
No,
I say cap.
I know it wasn't.
You think it was cap?
I know why they're not gonna accept
Of course
it.
no one's gonna come out
They'll
and
lose.
say.
They'll lose a
You'll get in
lot of
trouble.
They'll get in trouble.
bro.
Sue the olders.
So I don't mean to deride Satoshi, but I'm sure he didn't just make every Pokemon. Like he brought it into existence and stuff, but I'm sure he didn't sit down and make every Pokemon.
He had like other people, exactly.
So whoever these people were,
exactly, it was those other people that he was involved with.
But then again, you never know, man. It's like the whole with the Vince McMahon shit. You never know. Like, damn, this guy's so known for he made WWE what it is.
But in the end, like he's the one that approved it because he's the founder.
Possibly,
you know what I mean? He would have to approve it.
I would think so.
But
right?
he wasn't looking at
everything in the end would have to go through him.
I'm sure, right?
Do you think he was looking that deep? He just wanted
exactly.
Them.
He wasn't thinking about all that.
He doesn't care how they look.
He's like, okay, interesting Pokemon look, and then that's it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I don't think he did it just like that. The designers denied any racial motivation. Oh no! So this was the designers and this was the people who made Jinx when they approached him. So was this a racial thing? No. So they denied it. While they didn't say what the actual inspiration was, was. They denied it, but they said, no, we can't tell you what was inspired by it. What inspired it. Many pointed to a pair of likely possibilities. Some thought Jinx's look could have been patterned after the Ganguru fashion trend sweeping Japan, with teen girls giving themselves dark fake tans and dyeing their hair blonde to emulate, not mock, black culture in America. Honestly, I remember when I was reading this, I actually said this too, I forgot. That could be a thing too. Because sometimes people, they show homage to something like love by impersonating it or making it look like it. So maybe it wasn't like, let's make them look bad. Maybe it was like, we appreciate their culture. It could be a cosplay thing, but
maybe it wasn't a diss.
But they're like, fuck, this blew up so out of hand. We can't even say that.
I think it was a diss, man.
That's crazy,
to
right?
the black community.
It was a diss.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Others say character was an homage to a Japanese ice ghost named Yama-Uba.
All these conspiracy theories.
Nintendo altered the character's design in the games to have purple skin in what were the new Game Boy Color devices. And an episode of the anime was yanked for North American audiences. Wow. First anime episode featuring Jinx, episode 49, by the way. Holiday High Jinx. Never aired in the U.S.
Then so they took it down by
So
then.
you never seen it by then?
Damn, yo.
Damn, son.
Damn.
You probably could find it nowadays.
Yo.
Imagine.
Interesting, man. Interesting.
Shut down.
This is an
Jinx.
interesting book, but there's, like I said, there's many. I suggest you check them all out. Like, this was just the 25th edition, and this was my first one. I copped, and I loved it. Now, nobody has seen these. You ready? First and official one. Try it on there. We're up in the mountains. What we got? What we got right now? What we rocking right now? Ooh, nah, y'all ain't ready, y'all. Oh, I mean, we all went to watch Pokemon
Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu.
That was a good movie.
I think it was cool.
It was
I
cool.
think they did a very good job because a lot of the times when they take a cartoon and try to make a real life movie out of it, well, something like an anime, I believe, manga, like Dragon Ball Z was horrible, I heard. And we turned it off, didn't we? We were like, this shit's whack.
Oh, that shit was
The
whack.
Dragon Ball Z real life movie.
Yeah.
But I thought Detective Pikachu was dope. What did you guys think?
Good movie,
I liked
yeah.
it.
It's fire,
It was
right?
interesting.
Lil Uzi had a song in it, man. Like at the end of the, I remember at the end of the, you would only know if you stayed at the end of the theater. Like, and I heard a lot. I don't know if Pokemon does this thing, but I know Marvel does this a lot. Like, Frank told me, he's like, don't leave. Like, he's like, you can tell who a real Marvel fan is something at the end of the movies. They always do some like scene after the credits.
Oh yeah, it's
Something,
called Blue.
right?
I forgot it's called.
And Pokemon did that. Well, they didn't do it kind of like that. It just when everyone was leaving. I remember I was walking out, but I was still looking at the credits. But I was leaving, and then I heard a song, and I heard Uzi. I'm like, what the fuck? That's Uzi.
Yeah, he had a song in it.
And it
Yeah.
was dope, man.
But yeah, Detective Pikachu, it was a good movie that came out after like
Me
not
too.
watching Pokemon movies for, like after a long time. Like, you know, it was good, you know.
Yeah, this is Jason Paige, the guy who made the theme song and shit. Oh, speaking of Jason Paige, so he's the one that made the original theme song for Pokemon, the Indigo series, the first theme song.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me.
And he said, you know what's crazy? Another one of those situations. He didn't get no royalties. Guess what? Guess what he got paid for after doing that song?
1,000.
Yeah, you read it?
But yeah, I was just playing.
Yeah.
Wait, that's it?
No, but think about this. Now, first let me read it. All right, ready? So Jason Paige has performed with MadLove, Aerosmith, Blood, Sweat and Tears, and even sang backup for Michael Jackson. Shout out Jason Paige.
That's
man.
sad.
He's a real cool
1,000?
person, man. I saw his like IG and shit, and online and shit. But nothing has compared to one gig. So it was a gig, by the way.
Oh, that's why.
In the late 1990s, when he recorded a 60-second theme song for an animated kids show. So, and also he didn't know at the time that it was gonna be like this. No one knew. You know what I mean? The Pokemon theme with its catchy tagline, "Gotta catch 'em all," is now part of the soundtrack beloved by 2 generations of fans of the anime series, as well as the movies and video games. Paige was 29 years old when he recorded it in 1998. He already had a solid resume of studio and concert work, along with voicing countless advertising jingles. So he was known for stuff like that. By 2000, there were all kinds of products. It had fully exploded, he told Spin magazine. You will see it everywhere, and it's still everywhere. It's consistently everywhere in my life for over 20 years, everywhere but in his bank account. And it says, Paige agreed to a one-time check for less than 1,000 and no royalties, depriving him of a slice of the billions of dollars that would be generated by the Pokemon franchise. First of all,
They do it to a lot of
fuck
people.
them for that. And I, cause you know I'm about this. Like, this kind of shit always pisses me off because it's like, cause I come from an artistry, and I know this is why they say artists to know how to do business. Cause if you don't know how to do business, this is what happens in life. But it sucks. This kind of shit happens, and I don't know the true intentions behind it. But a one-time check, I could just from what I know, my belief system, it's like they're like, yo, let's just get this guy to do the theme song. Let's just get the theme song out of him, and then just fucking cut him off.
Yeah, they
go
do
our own
that.
way,
Yeah.
and then that shit blows up, and he gets nothing out of it. So every time he sees it on the TV,
He could sue them.
dude gets no money. He said he would go around stores hearing the theme song.
But he
or
agreed.
Pikachu.
That's a bad.
Nothing. Now I know he didn't make. What do you mean?
The part that he fucked, he agreed.
He did agree.
He shouldn't have done that.
But I'm sure that
they probably
they
lied.
have so much power that they could have just went to someone else. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at it like.
Yeah,
They're like,
that's
oh, one
true,
time
yeah.
check. Like
They be playing
and
people.
It's the belief in the artist. Like, nah, I know this is gonna be far. You guys better like pay me for what I deserve. But I also remember, I feel like back in the day, man, people were just trying to make it. They weren't into all this like. Maybe there were a few people, but because I feel like these days people are like, we're like real rebels these days. We're like. What's the perfect word? We're like, no, man, you better pay me what I'm worth. I feel like back then people were like, yo, I just need to get by. You know what I mean? Which is good and bad. But he gets his one-time check, no royalties,
Damn.
depriving him of a slice of the billions of dollars that would be generated by the Pokemon franchise. Now, I know he didn't make Pokemon. He didn't make the designs. Of course, like, he's not going to get everything, but a theme song that's played again and again. And
Yeah,
it
you should
gets
get
you.
a lot.
Bro, when you could be chilling somewhere, that theme song comes on, it gets your attention.
Yeah.
Yo, do you guys think you should be paid more?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
should have been got paid
Yeah,
more.
you should have gotten paid more
What the fuck?
for that.
Less than 1,000?
Yeah, but at the time, no one knew that Pokemon was gonna blow up like
Yeah.
this. That's crazy. Damn.
But I think like if it blew up, if I was I'm like, you know what, man, we gotta give this
Oh, like
guy's
reach
royalties.
out. Oh yeah, like reach out to this
Yeah.
person again
Bet you
after
they never
Pokemon
did
blew
that.
up. Yeah, they probably didn't do that.
Yeah, they be
So,
playing people like.
He later renegotiated for an additional payout, reportedly worth about $50,000. Still not enough to me.
I think it should be a mill.
That sounds like what he should have first got paid off the rip, minus royalties. Though he says you can't put a price tag on what that song has meant to people, you continue to go through life and find the value in things, he told Billboard. The cosmic happiness of billions of people is absolutely invaluable. Oh yeah, I guess that was it about it. Yeah, he's cool, man. I came across him recently, and he's one of those like just filled with energy dudes, man.
Yeah.
He's at a lot of the conventions and shit, man. So yeah, man, I have a Pokemon binder. Kareem has a Pokemon binder. I don't have nearly as many Pokemon nor a complete set as him, but it's crazy, man. At my low times in life, or when I'm bored and out of it, just like tired, or just need some type of like anything spark of like some type of like inspo or motivation, or just something just different from the regular routine. I remember just looking at my cards, and let me know if you could relate, Kareem, or if more you have something to relate into that, like some your own thing, your own world or whatever. And I look at my cards, bro, and I used to do this back in the day too, but recently, and I don't know, it just fills me with joy, yo.
Yeah.
I just looking at my cards, I'm like, yo, and I started setting up my binder, and this is me just doing shit different, in my way, because it's not that I don't want to do it the regular way. I just like I don't know if you looked at my binder recently. I did it. I'm setting it up my own way now, bro. I'm not even trying to do
You
it
told me, yeah.
like the fucking way it is. Nothing against that way. I just like I noticed some of the Pokemon cards, man. Like the Pokemon is so dope in the show, the game, but in the card, it doesn't look that dope. Wouldn't you agree? Some cards, it doesn't live up to the Pokemon. Like you look at the artwork, I'm like, that does not, right?
But then there's some artwork, man. Amazing, yo. Like I'm so glad.
What are some?
They did it. Oh my god.
Now tell me, what are some you would think that they did a great job on the card?
And you can even
Mario.
look these
it up.
up.
Look it up.
Okay, you want to talk about artwork? Hell yeah, we can talk about artwork when it comes to cards.
Yeah, that's another great thing about Pokemon cards and shit.
like a big things they did it. When it came to cards, it's all like artwork. Like I'm big on that. But then like particularly the artwork for like Gym Challenge and Gym Heroes, not just Johto and the Indigo, like the Pokemon that were owned by a gym leader.
Yes.
Like it would be like Blaine's whatever, or Giovanni's this, or
Yeah.
Misty's that. Those cards, the artwork. Yo, they put work in it. Like,
hell yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Giovanni's
okay.
Nido King.
Okay.
Misty's
I know, yo,
Gyarados.
you could
Giovanni's
see it.
Machamp.
Yo, when I looked at them, there's some type of like aggression to it, emotion.
Exactly.
They really
Exactly.
capture that Pokemon's like
Exactly.
personality.
Cause those Pokemon would like they're raised under some like like a person instead of like
And it's like it
wild,
has their character
wild
in there,
Pokemon.
right? You
Exactly.
can see his character in
exactly.
the Pokemon.
You
Their
can see-
character.
Like
exactly.
the Agla.
But you see, as great as that is, and then there's some cards that it just took the life out of the Pokemon. I'm looking at it like, this
I know.
Pokemon's so dope.
Some
This is a
Pokemon look-
whack ass
Some
artwork.
artwork look whack as hell.
I'm like, come on,
It's
man.
ass.
And then
I
I'm
know.
like, I can't even I don't even want to put it in my binder.
There was
like,
a specific like I don't know what it's called, but like
bland.
right.
It's just bland. It's like,
Discovery or whatever, like where they have certain Pokemon, they look like clay or
yeah, oh,
whatever.
that's the worst. I
They
hate
look
that shit.
fake
I hate that
fuck.
shit. I'm just like, it's like a dope Pokemon, and it's like,
Yeah.
like Machamp. I like Machamp a lot, but Machamp regular versus Giovanni Japan Machamp looks way better to me than the original Japan. I keep
Even
saying
though the
Japan,
original,
Machamp.
even though the original one looks nice,
It looks kind of dope.
but
to
though,
me.
but there is a whack Machamp that looks flat. Like it doesn't look, he doesn't look that good.
It's just
I
like,
forgot
fuck,
which
man.
series
Yo, I
it
feel
was
like they
from.
do that a lot with like the rarest of the cards. I feel like they do that to a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I like most like rare cards, like the birds, the dogs. I'm like, damn, yo, they could have done better. Like, and when I find like the alternative versions, like Neo Revolution, they look doper.
It's dope as hell.
I'm like, what the fuck, yo?
Yeah, it's just
There's
different
a Suicune I'm trying to get.
it's just
Neo
different
Neo
versions.
Revolution. Yeah.
What's the other one? It's like a Pokemon. It's like brown, but he has like some fire coming out of him. Remember, bro? It's like a fire surrounds him, like a fire. I forgot what it's called, man.
Entei?
Moltres.
Yeah, Entei.
Entei was dope. The movie was pretty cool.
You have movies for all these Pokemons.
Shining Gyarados.
Oh, I think I like that one.
That one, man, I am dying to get my hands on it. But
you got
it's
it
not cheap.
recording, not even talking.
My bad, yo.
Nah, I think the best Pokemon is Pikachu,
Shining
bro. No one
Gyarados.
could stop Pikachu.
Yeah, not chill.
You won. He's like the creator.
It's overrated. It's just Pikachu's like the mascot of Pokemon.
I guess, yeah.
Like he's like the face.
But that's
of
like
Pokemon.
Ash's like friend, like his best friend.
Like
Alright,
every
so-
person, if you don't even know Pokemon, you know Pikachu. Like regardless, nigga, my dad knew who Pikachu was. It's
Oh,
my dad.
everyone knows,
Did
man.
Right? It's like
Kareem-
anyone can know who Pikachu is.
Does Kareem's dad know Pikachu?
Shut the fuck up.
You guys are looking at the cards and shit.
Yo, shut the fuck up. 97,000?
I'm
Hey,
telling
that's
you,
nothing compared to. Okay,
Charizard's
so
crazy, man.
Yo, you flipped that. You making
Oh,
bang.
Pokemon Illustrator, 1 million.
I'm like, yo, there's a page in here.
I'm
So
not-
other than the beauty of the Pokemon, like how they look, the episodes
The
were dope.
price are wild.
Some cards in the trading card world, right, were Pokemon cards. Some cards are wildly expensive.
Okay, but that one's like unusually
Who's
wildly
paying a
expensive.
No one's
$1
paying
million
a
dollars
million
for
that.
Okay,
Look
it
how
has to have
basic
some
it
kind
look.
of value.
Maybe
to it.
this is why it has like Japanese letters.
This beats the Charizard, nigga, by like twice.
Let's
The
find out. So look, check this out,
This
yo.
beats the big Charizard.
The Pokemon collectible market has exploded in the past 2 years. This is 2021, so 2019 or something. With cards fetching record 6-figure sales at auction and even bigger valuations on trade. Out of the 30 billion Pokemon cards shipped, these are the ones collectors most covet. Pikachu Illustrator card. You guys ready for
That one
this?
is unbelievable.
Top value $900,000.
Well, I'm sure it's million something.
A limited edition prize card. These were awarded. Oh, this is why, by the way, if you wanted to know why is it so much. So these were awarded in the 1998 to winners of the Koro Comic Illustration Contest, in which readers entered cards of their own creation for a chance of seeing them published in a monthly manga magazine
I never did
aimed
that.
at kids. With only
I never
30.
went to that.
So
Nigga,
look,
we didn't know about this. This was
so-
a long time
Oh.
ago.
only
and it would
I
cost.
think this was in another.
yeah,
And it was another
I think it's a
country.
by the
Oh,
way.
that's
fuck?
true. You probably
So,
talk,
yo,
man.
with
These were
only
events, man.
39 created, these are considered the rarest Pokemon cards of all, with one in near perfect condition selling for $195,000 at auction in 2019. So you understand that, right? They only made 39 of them.
It went up obviously after a while. That was probably then. It was
Could
190.
even. Oh no, that's only for a near perfect one. A perfect one's 900,000. A near
Yeah,
perfect
you gotta
is
have it
one.
somewhere else.
No.
You can save all of
You
it.
guys didn't hear this. You didn't get this. You only got this if you were at that event.
Exactly.
And there were only
Yeah,
39 made.
But how you know? What if someone just has it?
No, they just said it.
For
No,
real?
no
Damn.
one would give this
So you
away.
never had that card ever?
There
To
was
make
also-
to that event, you would
yeah.
have to be some type of prestige.
And also in the game,
This is not a card they put in packs.
It
for
was
that's why
it was a
too.
situation with the game, the Mew glitch. Mew was only given out at a certain event to get him in the game.
Oh damn!
Like it was like some
Yeah, I don't
hack.
think I've ever
Yeah,
seen
but
him
to
in the
get
game.
a
Exactly,
bar,
'cause-
yo, that would, come on.
'cause
if
it
you
was-
have the code to ask for a bar, it's gonna pay that much.
Because it was only
You'll be
Because
surprised.
it was
That
an
is
event.
wild. That's a house right there. I would rather buy a car
That's
worth
what I'm
that
saying.
much.
So Moy says he'd rather buy a car with that money, right? And it makes it
'Cause, nigga,
sensible.
we not-
If you're not a Pokemon
I never
fan,
got into
it has
Pokemon.
no value to you. And I'm gonna be real too. I would not pay that much money for that card.
And you wouldn't either.
It doesn't even look
you know
like
why?
a dope card to me.
I wouldn't because look how it looks. It's basic.
It doesn't even look dope.
Like China
would
Gyarados.
you
Like
pay
not
for it? At
not
the most.
Japanese or Chinese version. If there's an English one,
Yeah,
and if
but
I
look-
had so much money,
But look how it looks.
because you'll be the only one that in the world,
But look-
among others, that would have it.
won't
It's, just,
pay
it's like a special feeling.
You have to go to the event. You can't just buy it. He said you have to be there.
Wait, so it's not sold?
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was only 39 made.
Oh, okay.
And one of them are worth $900,000, but it's not sold on the regular out
Oh,
here.
it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that and shit. Then you and I don't even know if you could even get it on eBay.
I want to see.
eBay.
I just wanna see
1
how much is, what is
million.
this?
Go
1
to eBay. Put it
million.
on
How you
eBay.
spell it,
Copy
though?
that and go to eBay. 4 million.
Wait, 4 million?
You must be a dumbass
No.
paying this.
All right, check it out. Check it out. Oh, because it's PSA graded too. That's why
Yeah, I'm buying it
PSA
now. I
always
don't give a
takes it
fuck.
up. It was from that event, bro.
It was from that event.
No, Kareem, it's not the same. It's 39 of them, but it's
You're right.
one of the
You
39.
hear, right?
Exactly.
This is the event. That guy probably got it there.
So look. So PSA is like when you send it out and they check it to see if he has any bands.
Damn,
They
yo.
approve that
Yeah, they
this
look
thing
at
is
it like
You
legit.
were at
Yeah.
this event, man, and you got this card during that time.
That'd be cool.
And yo, during that time, the car was.
Nah, I believe
was
that.
what, you got it for
You know
free,
what I mean,
right? If
right?
anything, because of the event,
would think
or,
so.
or you paid very little. And
Yo,
now
I
look
believe
at
it. There's
it
some
today,
stuff.
man.
There's some stuff back in the day. If you
Unbelievable,
still
man.
have it to the like a game system, it's worth more now.
You probably paid like what 30, whatever the
get it, right,
currency,
and shit?
50 to get it.
Maybe.
Now 4
You'll be-
million.
Who even knows?
Get the
Yo, you
fuck-
So now it's on eBay, the same card. PSA 9 mints. I don't know if I believe.
What does that mean? Like
9 might be the highest, right?
9 out. So I think 10.
9 out of 10, right?
10 is like the highest. Wait,
a
9 is high.
9 is high.
9 is wild.
What is the high? Hold on. That is very good.
That's excellent.
Is the high?
Oh man, because I think 10 is the top.
Okay, so a PSA 10 is the highest card. It's a virtually perfect card. Attributes include 4 perfectly sharp corners. Like they look at it like that on some lab sciences shit. Sharp focus and full original gloss.
Only time you get a perfect 10 is if you pull it right out of the pack right there during that time. That's the only time you get a perfect 10.
Yep. A PSA 10 card must be free of staining of any kind. No stains, nothing. Corners is right. The sharp focus, full original gloss. But an allowance may be made for a slight printing imperfection if it doesn't impair the overall appeal of the card. Wow. That's like... Now think of this. You're a little kid collecting Pokemon cards in the 90s. We don't give a fuck about none of this
No
shit.
one's gonna think about
Sometimes
this stuff.
we were trying to keep we were keeping it in the
but
binder.
not like this,
But I'm sure there was
man.
times we handled it with very not
That's
so
sad,
much care.
nigga. That's what you don't really. There's some people, even if they know sports, but they just have to take care of their things. Even little
Yeah, they do.
kids.
But I believe when you're little, you don't give a shit.
If I was
about
it, I'd be like, yo, this is worth money one day. Imagine.
You see, you're
No
saying that
one
now,
thought that.
But
Yo.
as a kid,
No one
you
thought
weren't doing that.
Yeah, but now that these kids got YouTube, so now they
Yeah.
will be worried about
They
it.
might be. I really think as a kid, you're
Nah,
not
you
looking
don't
at
care,
these
and
things.
then-
But as a kid, the mind is different,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
People,
true,
You're
yeah.
not like
Yeah.
you don't even get attracted to thinking about money. And
Until
shit.
you have like a parent
Which,
that
by the
tells
way, I
you.
do want to say this, and this may sound very naive and illogical to people, but they say when we're kids and babies, that's when we're the closest to God, and when we're kids, we don't give a fuck about money. And when you just go older, you realize money's all. You could do a lot with money, and then your view changes. But so this card, by the way, let's get back to it. PSA 9, not even 10, by the way, but it's very high. Closest thing too high is $4 million. Is going for that. It's not what's really out there, but someone put it out. I'll sell it for $4 million.
Damn.
Buy it now. Should we buy it now? Should we put our money together? You put $1 million in, I put $1 million, and we ask someone else to put $1 million in.
Ooh. Damn.
Fly melodies.
201. What they call me, man? Mr. Yer. Yeah, Yer. Mr. Yer. Yeah, Yer. Mr. Yer. Yeah, Yer. Mr. Yer. Yeah, Yer. Mr. Yer, yeah, Yer. If she bad, she getting curved. Like what? What that mean? That means she gon' put the work in, yeah.